I'm Steve at Upcycle Piano Craft, here to talk to you about the common complaint of a player piano that plays too loudly. This is a Yamaha Mark II. We're going to see how to adjust the control box to reduce the volume and also how to self-calibrate this piano. I don't know if we can get the piano to play quietly, but we can certainly make a dramatic improvement. First of all, I'm going to show you how to adjust the control box to lower the volume. Then I'll show you how the system will auto-calibrate. We need to enter the maintenance menu, and to do that, we'll shut off the system, and then we'll need to power it on by holding the reverse and forward buttons simultaneously while turning it on. That will launch the system into the maintenance mode. Now, a very common problem is that the LCD display doesn't work and you can't read it. I've never seen a problem with the number display, but when the LCD display is bad, it's usually because the power supply is failing. Those two issues are related. So if the LCD is failing, it would be a good idea to unplug the piano so you don't do further damage to the control box. The piano will not function without this box. You can see I've mounted this control box on the side of the grand piano so it's not bumping against the pianist's legs on the front of the piano where it's normally located. Now, once we're in maintenance mode, we use the part select buttons and we press right. Test play one more time brings us to keyboard adjustment. Once we're in keyboard adjustment, we can use the reverse and forward buttons to scroll through each note and see what its minimum pianissimo level is set to. We can also play and see what the actual key velocity is every time we press forward or reverse. We can adjust each note individually by turning the volume wheel. And you can hear that getting quieter and quieter. Or we can use these left and right arrow buttons, and that makes a global adjustment. In other words, it changes the level of the whole piano, all of the keys together, up and down. So right away, we can turn the piano way down globally by pressing the left button here until it gets down to a minimum of PPP equals 0.3. That's the smallest velocity. That's the quietest it will play. Then we simply press stop and power off the unit. We'll cycle the piano back on. Now, it's turned all the way up to 0. We're going to go to -10, kind of a funny numbering system. Turn it down all the way, and we'll play again. Now, we can have a conversation over this noise level. There's no way a piano is going to be awesomely quiet. It's just not going to happen. But our goal should be to be able to be in the same room with the piano. Should we review that one more time? Power off. Hold reverse and forward together while pressing the power button. It enters maintenance mode. If we scroll to the right twice with the right button past test play and to keyboard adjustment, then we can go right and left to each individual note. Now, to hear it play, we'll press play. I'll press pause so it stops cycling through, but now if we just go left and right, if I press play again, you can listen that they all sound even. If there's a note that you think is standing out too much, you can adjust that specific note only, here we're on key 23, by turning the volume knob down. And the minimum level is PPP equals 3. Now we can go to the next note, key 24, and we can turn that down. Now we can go left. We can just adjust each of these notes individually. So they all sound about even. Whenever you finish, you can just press stop. And that will record the changes. And then cycle the power off. Now, if you want to change all of the notes together, if you like the balance of all of the notes and you want everything together to come up or down, you use the left and right arrows here. And that's a global adjust, as opposed to turning the volume knob, which is an individual key adjust. Now I'll show you how the piano self-calibrates. It's going to rewrite that table, and then after the piano self-calibrates, if we want to make fine adjustments, we're able to do that. So again, we will hold the song select buttons, reverse and rewind together, power on. That'll enter maintenance mode. Now we'll press the right button, past test play, past keyboard adjustment, loud pedal, soft pedal measurement. Keyboard measurement is what we want. This is an automatic process, and the piano is going to go through a series of automatic measurements. It's going to get loud. It's going to actually get kind of violent. So we'll see here. All we need to do is just press play. This takes a few minutes. Now it goes into a calculation mode, which takes a few moments. And after a few minutes, it says, OK, press stop. And that's it. Now we can shut off the unit. The piano is now self-calibrated and should play at a good volume automatically. OK, that's turned all the way down. That sounds great. It's a huge improvement. Now we probably can get even quieter than this. We'll go back into the maintenance mode and go to key adjust. And this time we'll do a global adjustment. Since it did a calibration of the whole keyboard, we'll just, well, first of all, let's get into the first note here. So it's at a PPP 23. We can go all the way down to 3. Let's make it play. Let's just take it down to 10. Now that brought everything down. So if I go ahead and scroll through, you see they're not all at the same level. That one's down to 7, 9, 7. So based upon how the action responded to the self-calibration, it balanced the levels of the whole piano. And that's pretty quiet. So we'll just press stop. We'll power off. I'm just going to turn it all the way down again. Now that's a huge improvement. We can just sit right next to this piano and talk. So if you can't get your Disklavier to play correctly, the power supply is not working, or the LCD is not displaying, just give me a call at Upcycle Piano Craft. I'll be happy to help.